On the 1st of December, the long-awaited Chill Season 2023 arrived. With it came 2 additional stages, 9 new weapon kits and 2 more special weapons that everyone was hyped for. We all immediately went to Ammo Nights and stocked ourselves up, as we either finally got our second kit for our main weapon or simply wanted to test out all the new stuff. The grind could start. For some of us more intense than for others, but we all dove in head first to have a great time playing. And just like this, our story begins. When on December 1st, around 2 AM Central European Time, 1 hour and 15 minutes after the update arrived, a player would queue into a match unknowingly what destiny had foreseen for him. This player should be none other than Biscuit, top competitor for Team FT Win. You should have heard that name at some point. To his achievements count an X-rank power of 2,900 in Splatoon 2, further expanding that record in Splatoon 3 up to 3,100, finishing within the top 10 of X-rank. Countless online tournaments won, taking home cash prizes, as well as dominating LAN events such as Low Tide City, and even becoming a national champion in North America, taking first place in an official Nintendo tournament. So it is to little surprise that a player of this caliber would end up writing history on day 1 of the Chill season. But yet, no one expected it or could have possibly guessed how the next 5 minutes upon Biscuit queuing up would go. And here it comes, the reason for my long-stretched introduction. The screenshot that made waves and had players shook about what Fall Squeezer would be capable of. With a round of applause, take a look at this incredible 40 Splats game. Of course, all of the players on that team, Kyo among them by the way, did an amazing job pumping up their KDs, but this would have to be topic of another weapon-oriented channel. We came here for the squeezer. So our today's first topic is the following. We want to understand how, literally how, Biscuit was able to achieve such a game, unleashing a surreal 40 bomb. Since we sadly don't have a replay to review, we have to make an educated guess. Before you ask, this screenshot offers way more information that you might see at first glance. In order to be as precise as possible, we need to consider the following aspects. The game mode this lobby was set in, the anarchy mode played, the map this massacre took place on, the weapon compositions featured on both sides, including how Squeezer matches in there, and finally the probable gear sets in play. Starting from the top, this match took place in an open lobby. But what does this tell us? Everyone that went from Anarchy Series or even X Battles to Open has probably noticed a slight skill decline and lower match quality in these lobbies overall. And this is for one simple reason. As the name for the game mode already suggests, Anarchy Open features players from all ranks, C to S+, A to XP 3000, whether joining the queue as solo, duo, trio or full squad. It's just natural that matchmaking has its issues within these settings, and especially for a player like Biscuit, who do you put against him to make the match even? Up next, let us take a look at the Anarchy mode in play, Clan Blitz. Alongside Splat Zones, these two modes make up the most complex of the pack, requiring strategic efforts outside of take the portable objective and move it forward. Therefore, Clam is likely to take longer and KOs are much more rare, offering 5 whole minutes to go on a slaughter. Moving on to our next point on the list, Barnacle and Dime as showplays. Hate it or love it, but we can't argue against the map heavily favoring long-range weapons, being able to shut down the game, controlling these key spots. Taking a look at the teams, starting on Biscuit's side, we find 2 Fall Squeezer, a heavy edit Splatling, and the new custom blaster. Without going too much into exact details, here's a chart of how well Squeezer matches up with each of the weapons on double teaming, kill-oriented basis. Double the Squeezer, double the fun, pretty easy to work together. Heavy edit has a fast kill time by itself, so it's a matter of whether the Squeezer can smuggle a shot in to get an assist. Blaster, known to dive in head first, seeking fights and being able to take out opponents with a single shot, makes it rather hard to engage all the fights paired with Squeeze. On the other side of the field, well, see for yourself. I give you 5 seconds to figure it out. Exactly. Both the dualies, Try and S-Blast get bullied. On a map like Barnacle, even worse, as there's no effective cover to take or any flank routes to use. Oh, we got through this section faster than expected. Let's use this second. If you enjoy this type of content, taking an analytical approach at Splatoon, why not like this video and subscribe to the channel? I really enjoy diving deeper into the game, breaking it down and sharing my knowledge of years of playing the series with all of you, to hopefully make it more accessible and better understandable for everyone. These projects require a lot of effort, but I think it's worth it. Thanks for all your support. Let's get back on track. Closing in on our list, directly following the previous aspect, what gear sets were Biscuit's opponent running? 3 of these weapons fall under one category. Screw it, I'm dying anyways. And with this realization, players in this class settled on their abilities looking something like that. Comeback, quick respawn and stealth jump, rest is filled with some mobility and utility subs. Tri-Slosher Nouveau on the other hand offers different ways to be played. A more supportive style on the left and offensive engage on the right. Okay, let us quickly summarize the frame this match took place in. We have Biscuit, a national champion, a top tier weapon in hands, the Squeezer, playing on a stage that supports an oppressing midline, facing a group of players not matching Biscuit's skill level but powered up as quick respawn zombies. As you can see, a lot of factors had an impact in setting up this 1 out of 1,000 game, but still it is mad impressive and requires a ton of skill. To put it in perspective, 40 splats, considering this was a 5-minute match, leaves us with 8 splats per minute, meaning on average Biscuit was involved in a fight which led to a kill or assist every 7.5 seconds. This man simply never stopped shooting people. What you also gotta keep in mind, absolutely topping everything that we've analyzed so far, is the fact that Squeezer can't just spray in order to secure splats. This weapon requires you to mash ZR in order to effectively overcome your opponents. Dropping high elim games on the bottle needs precise mechanics as well as peak endurance, challenging your fingers, hand and wrist immensely. To slowly bring this video to an end, we enter the final chapter. Has Biscuit reached the limit on Fall Squeezer? Was this match truly perfection? Once again, I want to remind you how incredible high splat games are on Squeezer, as the player holding the weapon needs to be fully invested throughout the match. Even more so when you reach the moment of entering the 30+ kill stage. What we also gotta keep in mind is that this game took place just a few hours in the brand new season. Biscuit literally just got his hands on this version of the Squeezer and still went full domination. However, this is the moment where I gotta be brutally honest, call it mean if you want to, but these 40 splats were not the optimum. Rewinding to the opponent's side of things, we find 2 times 19, 11 and 15 deaths, adding up to 64 overall. Comparing that to the 40 splats Biscuit already got, and this will sound ridiculous, he still missed out on a third of all the fights that took place throughout this match. And before you jump to the comments, I am aware that it's highly unlikely to hit a shot on every opponent in every fight during a 5-minute duration. But I strongly believe, under the right circumstances, with some more coordination, a Squeezer player could be able to reach past the magical 40 barrier, breaking through to make it 50. As far as I'm aware, the current kill record for the Squeezer class as a whole sits just one tiny step above a 41 achieved by Thailand, the German Chocopero. So now it's up to us, the Squeezer Society, to redefine the boundaries and push the weapon to its limits. Thank you all so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, I hope we see each other in the next video. Until then, bye bye.